Hi everyone, it's Danny. Okay, so today we're gonna discuss about how to dry off an orchid very fast and avoid crown rot or stem rot. And this is because one of my viewers, David, has wrote to me that when he was watering his orchids, he managed to get some water into the crown and in between the leaves of an orchid. And he's afraid of crown rot. Now I can totally understand this, and I'll give you my tip. I actually use this quite a lot because sometimes I do water or repot late in the day and my temperatures sometimes are really low, and yeah, I just want to dry off my orchids really fast. It's actually quite easy. First thing, you need to remove the excess water with a paper napkin or a paper towel. Now this will remove the big drops of water, so practically the excessive amount of water. You can go with the paper napkin in the crown of the orchid or in between the leaves as much as you can and try to remove the big drops of water. Now after you do this, there is a possibility that some water can still be trapped between the leaves, and this is what happens usually to oncidium orchids or orchids who have pseudobulbs that are placed in between some leaves, and this is where the second part comes in. The fastest way to actually evaporate water is by using a fan. No matter what type of fan, either small, either big, you can absolutely use it. So, place the orchid in front of the fan. Try to keep a little bit of a distance so that it doesn't bump the orchid or the orchid doesn't get damaged leaves because of the power of the fan. You're gonna have to adjust the distance between the orchid and the fan, but don't be afraid that it's too drafty. As long as the plant does not shred its leaves or doesn't fall, you're okay. You can place the orchid in front of a fan. Turn on the fan and leave the orchid there in the wind for about an hour or a bit more, depends on your environment. If it's a humid environment, you can leave it a little bit more. And in a short while, your orchid will be actually very, very dry in between the leaves and in the crown as well. Don't be afraid of the draft. Orchids, despite what they say, they're really tolerant of drafts. And if you noticed, in big nurseries, they all have a lot of fans just to keep that airflow and to avoid crown rot and stem rot and so on. It's actually a lifesaver for orchids. So, whatever fan you have, you can place it near the orchid, let it blow on the orchid and dry the orchid off. Alrighty, thank you for watching. If you have more questions or suggestions for videos, just leave me a comment and I'll reply. And if you want to see more videos, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!